huge milestone in robotics. That's today's topic, but I have a special mind blower at the end as well. So there's an old-fashioned saying, the past is prologue. That can mean a few different things, but one of them is that the present is based on the past, and in this case, it certainly is. Amazon deploys its 1,000,000th robot. You heard that right. 1,000,000 robots now in Amazon warehouses. So thanks again to Jack Clark of Import AI. He is suggesting that it's infrastructure for an autonomous superintelligence-run organization. Amazon has recently deployed its 1,000,000th robot into its warehouses, building on our position as the world's largest manufacturer and operator of mobile robotics, said Amazon. These robots are predominantly the hockey puck-shaped robots used for moving and lifting shelves, though the company has recently started experimenting with robots for managing conveyor belts and doing some pick-and-place tasks. For perspective on this milestone, Amazon said in the fall of 2017 that it had recently deployed its 100,000th Kiva, the hockey puck robot. So that's 8 years to deploy 900,000 robots. It sounds like a lot, but that's nothing. Wait for the end. Along with deploying more robots, Amazon has also developed some new software for managing how its robots move around its warehouses. The software, named Deep Fleet, has helped Amazon reduce robot travel time by 10%. So think about that. 1,000,000 robots running around 24/7 and a 10% efficiency improvement. That's huge. Just as a smart traffic system could reduce wait times and create better routes for drivers, Deep Fleet coordinates our robots' movements to optimize how they navigate our fulfillment centers, Amazon writes. This means less congestion, more efficient paths, and faster processing of customer orders. So Jack Clark, who is, you guys know, is one of the co-founders of Anthropic, goes on to say, why this matters. Fully automated infrastructure for superintelligence. What did he say? I increasingly view robotics through the lens of how might this help a superintelligence? Amazon feels like a corporation which is building some of the basic infrastructure that might eventually be given over to a superintelligence that would form an autonomous corporation within the infrastructure of an existing human-run tech behemoth. So let that sink into your brain for a minute. A guy at the very top of AI is saying that the path Amazon is on is to a fully autonomous, superintelligence-driven fulfillment business. Stunning and concerning. So as big a news as that is, that's nothing. How can I say that in the context of 1,000,000 robots in one company? Check this out. So this popped up from a Chinese news channel on YouTube. Shenzhen is now home to 74,000 robotics firms. You heard that right. 74,000. So let's put together the pieces of the puzzle here. I have been telling you for a while that a tsunami of robots is on the way. These two articles quantify that along with a third fact. So one corporation, albeit one of the biggest corporations in the world, maybe the biggest by headcount, I'm not 100% sure, has 1,000,000 robots now. Then in April, I did a story on how Agility Robotics in Oregon opened a new manufacturing plant that can make 10,000 digit humanoid robots a year. That's 10,000 a year. Now, Take the 74,000 robotics firms in Shenzhen, being extremely conservative, saying that 25% of that 74,000 firms are hardware and the rest are software, or they make components or whatever, like hands. Because much like the auto industry, the robotics industry is going to be structured exactly the same way. Component suppliers supplying completed parts that are then assembled into finished robots. That's where the robotic industry will end up, just like cars. So 25% of 75,000 robotic firms making robots, let's say, in China, is 18,500 robot manufacturing companies. Now, if Agility can make 10,000 a year, Chinese robot firms can do that or better because they're the manufacturing experts of the world these days. So if you take 18,500 companies over there times 10,000 robots a year, that works out to 185 million robots made every single year. Now, this is not now, but it is an extremely low bar, like a flea could jump over it. To say that 5 years from now, in 2030, with the numbers I just gave you, tens of millions of robots will be coming off production lines. Tens of millions a year. This is a perfect example of why I started the AI Guide, to prepare you for the tsunami of automation now upon us. So warehouses may be first, and by the way major corporate innovations work is that they start off at the very biggest companies, like robots have, car makers, Amazon, etc. But then as manufacturing scales, they get so cheap that the mid-sized firms start buying them. And then a little bit later, even the small companies start buying them. Meanwhile, AI is exponential. And these robots, year over year, are becoming significantly more autonomous each and every year. You understand now, massive automation is about to hit with the associated job displacement at the scale of tens of millions of jobs globally a year in 5 years or so. Consider that. This is exactly why I have repeatedly been telling you for 5 years now to prepare for this and to pick jobs that require the human touch and are therefore somewhat resistant to all this. A few of those jobs are nursing, plumbing, electrician. Among professional jobs, God help you 5 years from now, but certainly lawyers will still be litigating cases in court because people aren't going to want robots doing that in courts. But the professions will be profoundly automated. This will be novel compared to all prior revolutions, the agricultural revolution, the industrial revolution, the internet, now AI and robotics. So pay attention to factual numbers and conservative assumptions about what's coming, and relatively soon. Now is the time to prepare yourself and change to one of these relatively resistant careers, not after everyone else is trying to do that. Be proactive. Do not get caught in the herd. What do you think? This video should cause the comments section to explode. Please comment below. Also, please like, subscribe, and share. We need your help, really need your help to continue to grow the channel. Only you can do that. And please support us on Patreon. We need your financial support to continue to grow the channel and ultimately bring you resources to help you survive and thrive in the age of AI and robotics. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Take care.